Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Eloise and this is my first video, I guess. I did do one like a year ago, but if you like me, subscribe, thumbs up, all that jazz, and follow me on Instagram and Snapchat. It will appear on the screen somewhere. If I can't figure out how to do that in the editing process, it will be down in the description box below. I'm Eloise, this is my channel, and I hope you enjoy. Hello. So I've prepped my skin, I've cleansed it, I've then put on my Hydro Plumping Retexturizing Serum Concentrate by Kiehl's. It is like your skin is drinking a gallon of water. And then I put on the Kiehl's Daily Reviving Concentrate. You put on about 4 drops in your hand, warm it up, press it into the skin. Obviously I got that one from Jamie Genevieve. But now I'm just going to quickly show you Quick Fix by Urban Decay. Give it a good shake. It is a prep spray, so it's basically going to give you the optimum hydration. So
your skin, I just got that in my mouth.
Not actually going to use the primer today because I don't feel like it. Let's zoom you guys in. Eee. Hello. So I'm just using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil and I'm underlining the brow. You can see I'm quite sparse in the end of my brow, so I like to fill that in, and then I like to flick up at the front of the brow to create quite a fluffy effect, and then I work on the arch by filling in the rest of the brow. And it's really nice that it's got a fine nib, so you can create either a filler effect or more of a natural effect. And then I just show you where your brow should naturally end by angling the pencil from the corner of the eye outwards. And because I prefer a fluffier brow, Subversion keeps the hairs up all day. Because Subversion has a white tint to it, brow mascara just brings back the colour, and as I show you, you should brush them upwards and outwards. And then do the other brow.
And now I'm just working with MAC Select Cover Up in NW15, and this is pretty much a lifesaver. If you're ever having one of those days where your little blonde fluffy hairs are poking through your concealer and you can't be bothered to pluck them that day, Select is going to save your life, because it literally wipes out that area and it's going to basically hide any messiness that you've made throughout doing your brows. So yeah. So I'm just grabbing my naked palette brush and the fluffy end to pack on the Select Cover Up. And by patting it instead of swiping it, it sets the product. But of course, if you're all P. Louise fans, you already know that. Pat, pat, pat.
Should still be a little bit tacky. That's exactly what we want. So I'm going to do the other side off camera and I'll be right back. So now we have 2 fleeky brows and a very blank base. So now I am going to go into my Jaclyn Hill palette, that shade right there, Creamsicle. So I'm going to dunk my brush into that colour and I'm going to place the product into the crease, and then you can blend it out afterwards. And because we've got that tacky base, it really sticks to it. So I'm just pressing it on and it looks awful, but we will blend it out. Now that I've deposited all the colour into the crease with tiny and barely touching the skin, circular motions, I'm basically blending out that edge.
To further help blend the edges, I've just grabbed a clean, fluffy brush to go over those areas to really help to blur it out.
So now I'm going to go in with Morphe R39, and because it's a little bit flatter, you can really get into the crease. And I'm going to do the exact same technique. So dunk my brush into Roxanne and press it. I'm going to pack on the most amount of pigment. And then I'm going to go back to my previous brush, dip my brush slightly back into that yellow colour to bring back that yellow. Maybe add a touch more colour. Go back into the previous brush to help blend. And now I'm going to go in with Zoeva 231, and it's much smaller, so if you see the difference. And I'm going to go in with this one right here, and I might mix in a little bit of this one. So I'm going to dunk my brush into both, and again, making that shape very, very rounded, not so much blown out. And I'm happy. I'm going to grab the previous brush. No extra product. The other previous brush. So I'm going to go back in with my tiny brush with those two dark colours, and I'm just going to press that onto the lid. Okay, so I'm going to jazz this up a little bit. So I'm going to grab my Urban Decay Perversion pen liner, really fine tip. I'm going to line my lash line quite thick, so I'm going quite high up because I'm going to put some glitter there. So I'm now going to grab, this is probably my favourite glitter liner, so this is the Heavy Metal Urban Decay glitter liner in the shade Distortion. This beautiful iridescent-y green, pink, blue sort of glitter. If you don't believe in magic, watch. How stunning. And what I love about these heavy metal liners is that you can use them as liner, or you can place them all over the lid, and they're just absolutely stunning. They're so much easier to use than loose glitter because they're not going to fall down your face throughout the day. You don't need any glitter glue. You can actually use this as a glitter glue if you're using something a little bit chunkier like festival glitter. That is just, what is stunning? Now I'm just going to put on my L'Oreal mascara, Miss Baby Roll. It's me, I'm back. So I just did my eyes off camera, stuck the lashes on. Lashes just make it look, don't they? I have no idea what they are because I always lose a box. So I'm gonna zoom you out so you can see Andreas. So yeah, let's get onto the skin. Okay, so now I'm gonna use my Naked Skin concealer, but this is the colour correcting one in Peach, and because I wasn't blessed with nice under eyes, got these big old bags under there, I like to dot that on, and this really helps to colour correct and neutralise any blue or purple tones underneath the eye. I'm just using the warmth of my finger to pat that in. Now I'm going to go in with my Touche Eclat. It's incredible. I'm in the shade BD30, and I literally do 3 pumps of that one onto the back of my hand, and then with my Urban Decay optical blurring brush I'm just going to stipple that all over the skin, and it gives like a medium coverage, which is what I like, because I prefer to build it up. Press that into the skin rather than circular motions. That's going to shear it out a little bit, but if you stipple it, it builds the coverage up. And you can see, because I've prepped my skin with the quick fix, with the Kiehl's, with the concentrate, my skin is literally just illuminated. So glowy, which is what I love. I hate matte foundation because they sit even more in my laughter lines than any other foundation. Not that this one doesn't, I mean this still sits in my laughter lines, but I've just have to come to the realisation that because I'm very expressive with my face, they're just going to sit into those lines, but not as much as a matte foundation does. Matte full coverage especially. So I need a little bit of inspiration. I need you guys to tell me what you want me to film, because I did a poll on Instagram. This is why I'm doing full glam today, because you guys out there wanted glam. Yeah, I need some inspiration. But for now, I'm going to use Naked Skin Concealer in the shade Light Warm, and I'm so excited for the All Nighter concealer to come out. I have played with it, but I don't own one myself. It's beautiful. It's like almost moussey rather than liquidy, which is why it's so full coverage. It is literally 73% pigmentation of Naked Skin. So I'm so excited, because with Naked Skin, to get the coverage I need to let it sit for a little bit. Whereas I know with All Nighter, I have used it on people, you literally don't need to let it set, because otherwise it will literally stay there and you won't be able to blend it out. So while that is sort of sitting there, I'm going to go in with my Cover FX drops. These are custom enhancer drops in the shade Moonlight. Oh, beautiful. So I am going to put a little bit on the back of my hand, and then I like to go in with a damp Real Technique sponge, and the flat end I like to dip it in, sort of work it into the sponge, and then just pop it onto the tops of the cheekbones. I think this is the best way to apply the product, rather than putting the dots on and then blending it out, because I feel like it sticks in those dotted areas. It's just me though. So that just gives a really beautiful illuminated glow, and I like it because it's a nice base for powder highlight. It literally makes it poppin'. So I grab a little bit more, and I like to do a little bit on the forehead. I think it makes the skin look really, really healthy. So I'm going to pop that on there, and then a little bit on that side, and blend it away with the other end, because otherwise it can be a little bit unbearable. So now that that's sat there for a little bit, I'm going to blend out the rest with my Real Technique sponge with the pointed end, and I'm going to leave the under eyes for a little bit longer, just while I blend out the other bits. So yeah, I've put it on my chin, down my nose, on my forehead a little bit, and underneath the eyes, just to brighten those areas. So I'm going to add a little bit more glow to the cheekbones, because you can never have too much. And that is a really natural glowy base. So now I'm going to set those concealer areas with my Maybelline matte maker, mattifying powder. So I literally just picked this up the other day because I ran out of my powder in my Shapeshifter palette, which I absolutely love, but it runs out really, really quickly, so I just needed to get a quick powder. And I just like to set it under the eyes, and I need to set my laugh lines as well, as much as I can. So now I'm going to grab my Decay Shapeshifter palette. I love this, it's so beautiful. So you've got the powders down here, see this is the colour that I ran out of, and then you flip the mirror and you've got the creams. I will do a tutorial on how to do cream contour with this palette, but for now I'm going to use a really large Real Technique brush for the highlight in here. I think it's absolutely stunning, this highlight, and you just dust it over the top of that Cover FX drops. And you might be like, why is she using such a large brush for her highlight? But trust me, I think it's a great tip. I think it makes it so much more diffused, less stripy looking. And then I like to go in with a slightly smaller Real Techniques brush, just to pinpoint those areas. So like right on the highest tops of the cheekbones, that just makes it pop. And this highlight is literally the perfect colour for my skin tone. It's beautiful, it's like a champagne rosy colour. Love it. And then if you've gone a little bit ham with the highlight on the forehead, just take your powder brush and just wipe it away. Right, now I'm going to take this Morphe brush. I don't know what it is because it came in with the set. It is slightly angled, it's quite fat and fluffy. It's my favourite contour brush and I don't know what it's called, so I'm going to mix these two colours together. Even brush a little bit off in your hand, but it's just crazy pigmented. So I like to really slowly build it up. So even that is just enough. Very, very, very diffused. And then I'm gonna put a little bit in the hairline just to warm me up a little bit. And then I like to just dust it down the side of my nose slightly, just to do a messy contour. And then I'm going to grab my NYX blush in Coraline, this beautiful like peachy orange, and I'm just going to go back in with that large fluffy highlighter brush and just dust that. And I feel like that brings the highlight and the contour together. And I really like this colour, it's really subtle, very, very nice. Right, before we do the lips, we're going to go back into the eyes. So I'm going to actually take another naked palette brush in the fluffy end, and I'm going to go in with Jacqueline Hill palette. That same, what's it called? Creamsicle. And it's a fat but a dense brush, which is why I like it. I might actually zoom you in again. Whee! And everyone does that ugly lower lash line face. But make sure you connect it up, and I like to bring it quite low down. And then I'm going to go in with the R39, and I'm just going to buff that underneath as well. And then same brush, same colour in the Dare to Create, buff that in to make my eyes look even bigger. I'm going to go in with the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk.
Now I'm just grabbing the black in the 39A palette, which is crazy pigmented, and on a tiny little detail brush, and I'm going really, really close to the lash line. Then I'm using all the previous brushes to help blend out and make a really seamless blend. And we can't have a pop-in face highlight without a pop-in inner corner and brow highlight.
I'm back! So I did the other eye off camera. I feel like I've got very doll-like eyes now that the white's in there, but I'm going to finish off with a nude lip. I'm actually going to zoom you out. I need to get used to all this zoomy outy, zoomy in-y bit. I'm going to be going in with the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Lip Pencil in the shade Liar. This shade is literally the perfect shade for any single nude lipstick, liquid lipstick, gloss, anything. It makes your lips look huge, and it's like the best for brown nudes, pink nudes, bloody everything. I love it. So I'm going to line my lips with this. And can I just mention how creamy these lip liners are? I've not actually found a single lip liner that is better. I find other lip liners that are more wooden, a lot drier, and they drag your lips, whereas these literally just glide on, hence the name. And you can use them for your eyes as well. The 24/7 Glide On eye pencils and the lip pencils are made from very, very, very similar ingredients, so that's why you can use them on the eyes and the lips. So my camera went out of battery. Clearly I'm not cut out for this YouTube life. Anyway, I am using Extra Creamy Lipstick by NYX in the shade Summer Love. And I'm gonna, oh Christ, that is creamy. Like I was saying, I went on a NYX lipstick haul the other day, and I bought at least 8. They're so cheap. And I love their matte lipsticks. I love their creamy ones. Love the intense butter glosses. They're incredible. But because we've got that dark lip line, and then we've got that really light colour on the lippies, we've got that lovely ombre. And of course, to finish off, it wouldn't be the same if I didn't use All Night Setting Spray. So again, give it a good shake, head back so the mist falls on top. We are all good to go for 16 hours. But yeah, that is the finished look. I'm not going to do all that posy crap because I'm not a real YouTuber yet. But that is what the look looks like. Give us a little subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one.